Hey everyone, I'm Will.
And I'm Caleb.
Welcome to the Retrek Review Podcast, a podcast where we talk about every single episode of Star Trek chronologically. But here's the best part. Caleb hasn't seen a single episode.
What is Star Trek? Is it like Star Wars? I've seen Star Wars.
So don't click off this video, because if you do, you won't see Caleb's unique view of what the episode we're about to watch is.
I hated it.
You heard it here. Computer, begin program.
Increase to full power!
Gives me the creeps. I feel like something's watching us.
Savick, you go right on quoting regulations.
Hello, computer.
I knew I would.
You betrayed your uniform!
Target their cargo hold. Time to take out the garbage.
Smooth as an android's bottom, eh, Data?
I beg your pardon, sir.
Aspires to be better than I
Come on. It's gonna be fun.
5 years in space. God help me.
This is the best day of my life!
A phaser? You didn't use it? Swords are fun.
Program complete. Enter when ready.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another Retrek Review, where each week we talk about Star Trek, and this week we're talking about episode 20 of season 2 of Star Trek The Next Generation, and that episode is entitled The Emissary. It originally aired June 26, 1989. It was teleplay by Richard Manning and Hans Belmer. Richard Manning and Hans Belmer had done previously The Arsenal of Freedom, Symbiosis, and The Schizoid Man. And it was also a story by Richard Manning and Hans Belmer, but they also credit Thomas H. Calder, and I believe it's because he wrote like an unpublished story. So I don't think there's a lot there to that name. But
No.
it also was directed by Cliff Bull. He's a returning director who had also done Lonely Among Us, Hide and Q, Conspiracy, and The Royale. The synopsis for The Emissary is the Enterprise crew has to deal with a Klingon sleeper ship whose occupants don't know the Federation and Klingons are at peace. On board to help them is an emissary who, coincidentally, is one of Worf's former love interests.
Yes.
We also had some guest appearances. We had the return of Susie Paxson. The return of Susie Paxson.
The return, wow.
As Kalar. And
Yes.
Who did she previously play?
Obviously. Oh man, I don't remember.
Doctor
Mbanga.
Dr. Solar. She's the Vulcan doctor who
Oh,
was
whoa,
down
whoa.
to
Yeah,
interact
yeah.
with-
Wow,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then we had Lance Legault as Katemak, a character actor, but I did find in his filmography that for, I want to say, the first 4 seasons of Quantum Leap, he was the narrator for the show.
No.
And that's the
cool.
Klingon captain at the end of the episode. Then we had Georgianne Johnson, who plays Admiral Gromik, an older actor who kind of isn't in a lot of stuff, but probably the most notable thing is that in a single episode, she plays the mother of Jack Tripper in an episode of Three's Company.
Wow.
Then we had Colm Meaney as Miles O'Brien.
Cool, mean.
We had the return of Anne Elizabeth Ramsey as, I think, Ensign Clancy. She was the lady in the front of the ship. She had previously been in another Star Trek episode, which I believe was Elementary Dear Data of this season. So she's a character actor who's been in tons of stuff.
Oh yeah, I do recognize her.
Yeah. And then Dietrich Bader. He played the tactical officer at the top of the ship when Worf wasn't there. He most famously is on the Drew Carey show as Oswald Lee Harvey. He's one of Drew Carey's friends on the TV show.
Oh, is this the guy I can never? Yeah, he's one of those actors where like I see him and stuff,
He's in like literally
and
everything.
I'm like, where? What is he from? And I always confuse him with somebody else.
He also now famously voices Batman in Batman the Brave and the Bold.
Wow. Isn't
But
he also the karate instructor in Napoleon Dynamite?
yes,
Yeah.
but even better,
Explosion. What's his name? Ted Explosion.
something like that. But even better, he is. I'm gonna check on the panda. The
Yeah, yeah,
panda's
yeah.
dead.
That is funny.
I was like, hey, wow, that's right. Dietrich Bader's in here. And then it was like, I'm gonna take the council.
Council's broke.
Pretty funny.
Wow, that's
So I
crazy.
thought you would enjoy that. Yeah, he was, we enjoy him. So Batman's been on Star Trek. So that is our introduction of the episode. But before we get into supporters of the podcast, let's go over to Caleb and ask Caleb what he thinks of the episode.
I'm gonna give this one two Akutas.
Two Akutas. Wow, nice.
Yeah,
Okay. That's cool.
yeah. I did. I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was fun, and it was nice to see like when stuff was happening, and I was
Hmm.
like, just do this," and then they actually did it. That's always good.
Yep. It was like maybe don't do that, right? And then they're like,
Don't do
okay,
that. Yeah.
okay.
I enjoyed it. So I like seeing some Worf backstory. I think that's interesting to make him more of an actual character than just always wanting to blow ships up. Giving him a backstory and kind of a romantic interest was fun. Yeah, and it was cool. And I liked the subplot of like, well, what if this Klingon ship they were frozen and now they're awake and they still think it's during the war.
Yeah.
How do we solve this? How do we tell them as a Federation ship, like, hey, no, we're all friends now? I thought that was a cool concept.
Yeah.
There was nothing really over the top this week that was not like the episode,
So
other than the hand sniffing stuff.
no,
Other
that
than
was
that,
great. That was like the best part. The thing that I will say is this is probably, I don't think it's like an absolute fan favorite, but I would say generally everybody really likes this episode. And I am a big fan of it too. And I like Susie Plaxton as Kalar. Like she's great.
hmm
And but as I was watching it, I was like, I think I have a huge hang up with something. And obviously we'll get into it. And I was just like, I don't think I've ever felt this way watching the
Is
episode
it her three
previously.
costume changes?
No,
No. Okay.
no, no. Well, cool. I'm glad. I figured from Manhunt to this, that's why I said I think you'll survive it. I
Ugh.
think you'll be okay. So before we get into the review of the episode, let's first right off the bat. Oh, let me go over here. We thank Ed, Mark Starr, and Captain Olimar for their Patreon support. We appreciate them helping keep this podcast afloat. We really couldn't do that without them. I can't thank you guys enough for being supporters. And because they are supporters, they get their comments read during the podcast, which is excellent. So first we'll start off with Ed Mark Starr talking about Manhunt.
Mm.
And he says, as the discussion of Manhunt proceeds, the poor quality of every scene has a spotlight moment.
Beautiful.
What happens when Betazoids are simply humans in makeup and wardrobe? You get sexual politics as dialogue written with all the insight of a fifth grader.
That's a good way to put it. That's wow.
Then he says, what happens when a holodeck adventure is revised for the boss's wife in a humorous way? You get characters doing things that make no sense and nothing is funny.
That is funny.
It is funny. He says, one Kazinti for Manhunt, not a good episode. It
Yeah.
would be interesting to hear from a fan of Manhunt. Otherwise,
If any
better,
existed.
yeah, otherwise, better luck next episode. Yeah, very much so. And
Uh,
we agree with you very much. Yeah, legitimately, I would love to hear what people like about the episode. If somebody did enjoy it, I would like to hear from that person. So that would be fun. And then we have another comment from Captain Olimar, and he's also talking about Manhunt. He says, what a handsome race.
what a handsome race.
Then he says, my God, three
My,
Kazenti.
my God.
This episode is childish in its terms of sexual understanding. A woman of her position quadruples her sex drive or more?
Ooh,
Did a
nice.
teenager write this?
Yes. No, unfortunately, it was a man that wrote this.
Yes. I was only like 10 minutes in before I got a second shot of rum.
I don't blame you.
Loaxana spares the child. Good. This episode makes me
Oh,
feel uncomfortable.
yeah. My God, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Then he says, Dixon Hill. What the heck is going on? Caleb is absolutely right that Picard is bonkers to try and relax in his crime novella
Yeah.
program.
Well, he doesn't even understand the universe, for one.
He says, why the heck is Picard so stupid? He forgets about money and seems to not care about the crime program he likes to hang out in. Again.
Yeah. Yeah, he's real dumb.
It gets slightly better when he moves to the bar, but everything that takes place in the bar sucks and is pointless. What a waste of time.
Yeah, it's really stupid. It's really dumb.
It's bad. Then he goes on to says, oh yeah, by the way, the fish guys are assassins. Bye.
Yes. Yes. That's how I also felt about the ending.
He does says, I will stand with Will and say that I don't hate Loaxana Troy. I really don't, but this is not how you use her character. I
Yeah,
agree.
but
I agree. I feel that way. This is because I have future knowledge, but you, Caleb, how do you feel?
don't care.
Okay. There you go.
See, you get it. She's an alien, and it's like obviously to show that she's an alien, she is a female and she enjoys sex.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
This episode is very boring, and I don't know why it exists. It's as bad as any season 1 episode, maybe even worse.
That's a good point.
Fleetwood Mac is the only person who enjoyed this one.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Food. Thanks a ton, as always, guys, for the review.
You're welcome. We do this all for you. I watch these horrible things for you.
Yeah, I mean, we do. We totally do. So we appreciate it. We appreciate you guys telling us what you think about it. Helps us feel good, getting some feedback. Where Caleb and I aren't just talking to webcams and
Yeah.
each other, and it's nice. So
It makes me feel good when I say an episode is garbage and everybody else agrees with me.
absolutely.
It makes me feel good. Like I'm not like missing something, you know?
Yeah. So Captain Alimar does give a suggestion for a popcorn award. Ed Markstar didn't, but maybe when he hears this bit before we award the popcorn award this week, maybe he'll sneak one in. But yeah, that's how you guys can sway Caleb during a ceremony, is leaving a popcorn award suggestion for him. We'll
True.
talk about that at the end of this review. And if you don't find that Patreon is something that you can involve yourself with, that's okay. Usually, if you just wait a day, We have another video series on the channel called Hailing Frequencies Open, where we discuss other comments that are left on our videos. But we always thank Ed Markstar and Captain Olimar for their support and their general feedback. We did have a new subscriber to the channel, and that person is just called YouTube subscriber. It's like it was just like a thing, so I don't know who they actually were. They don't have a name, so
Oh,
I can't properly thank them.
interesting.
But we
More
appreciate them
subscribing.
subscribing nonetheless.
Kapla.
And so now, without any further ado, let's get straight into the review. Yeah, so the episode. Yeah, so the episode starts right up with another poker game.
It does, and I almost for a second thought I was watching an episode I've already seen before.
They were like, "Oh, skip."
Well, this is an episode I already saw. Iceman cometh.
Yeah, the Iceman wins again. It's pretty good. It's a pretty
It's
good.
fun. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I really enjoyed watching everybody play poker. That's
Yeah,
a thing I learned.
it's a funny thing that like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the writers know how to write dialogue for this bit or the actors know how to like beef up the dialogue for this bit, but they're all good in the scene. Like I don't have
Yeah.
any complaints about any of the actors in the scene.
No,
They're all
I don't know
great.
why. I don't know why they can write a good poker scene, but when it comes to like actual like character arcs and stuff, they're really bad at it.
Yeah, because like even Pulaski calling Worf handsome like
Hmm.
doesn't irk me, and like Data like not doing good at poker is like actually funny and good, and it doesn't make me think like, well, he's an android, he would know exactly what he's doing. It's like, no, it all makes sense, and
Yeah, because it's a game of chance too.
yeah,
It's
and
not
like
like a yeah.
Jordy isn't overly weird. And I don't know, it's really good, and Worf was very, very good. So
Yeah, he's
I
really good.
also like
A Klingon
Never Bluffs.
never bluffs.
And that was the thing. I was waiting for it, and they did not touch on it. And I wanted to say, like, wait a minute, Worf, that's all you do at the end of the episode is bluff. But they
You
didn't touch on it. So
think he was? You think he was bluffing?
yeah, I don't think he had approval from Picard to shoot the ship.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's what you're
also,
talking about.
yeah, he didn't have the approval to shoot the ship. Like they were supposed to make peace with these guys, and also like he's pretending to be the captain of the Enterprise. So like it's all
Mm,
generally a big bluff, right? He's betting on the fact that his performance will make the other Klingons fall for it, and so therefore they'll lower their shields and become passive. And
gotcha.
ultimately that's just a giant bluff, right?
That's funny. I didn't even like put that together. I didn't like equate that as like a bluff. I just equated it as like a ruse. But yeah, you're right. It is all the same.
It's all the same, yeah. So,
That's
but yeah,
funny.
definitely time for a challenge. They say we're in for a challenge because if Starfleet doesn't tell us what's going on, it means it's gonna be bad. I was like, okay.
Not a fan of that stuff. Yeah, that was like the only thing really in the episode. I was like, this is really stupid.
It's to prolong her appearance, right? So
Hmm.
it keeps you watching, keeps you watch, stay tuned to the network, get through the commercials and all that stuff
Yeah,
because you don't want to miss a minute.
but just the scene where like she walks into like the ready room and Worf's immediately like, oh my god. That's enough for me. That was funny. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I don't need any more
it
explanations than
did, it
that.
did, it did wash away a lot of a lot of the problems. But when we come back from the musical intro, that was kind of an interesting thing. I forgot that she shows up in the episode aboard a Class 8 probe. I was like,
Yeah.
that's pretty intense. But the thing that
Yeah, that was cool.
I didn't understand, it does look like a little bit like when they pop it open on the transporter pad, it looks like a probe. But when it's out in space, it kind of looks like a weird nacelle.
It looks like what they launched Spock
Yes, yes, it does look like
in.
what they launched Spock in. No, you're right, you're right. But the thing is I was like, Was the probe launched at warp 9, or does this thing have a warp core in it? Like,
I
how is
don't
it
know.
going warp 9?
Well, if you remember the basic law of space, an
Yes,
object in motion stays in motion.
that's true.
If they launched it traveling warp 9, that sucker is going warp 9.
I just was curious. How? Just how?
How? How you do that?
I thought it was weird that they don't explain how Chief O'Brien knows how to open the probe with the
Oh,
codes that he punches
I
in.
the whole opening thing, it's so dumb to me.
It's like, why is he doing it and not Riker doing it? And
It's irritating to me that like Geordi's down there and he stands there
exactly.
and he's like, "All right, Chief O'Brien, you're clear to go." And he's like, "Got it." And he's like, "All right, beam him in." And he's like, "Okay." So now he's like waiting for commands, but it's like that's his job, that's his station. He doesn't.
Right.
But now Geordi's there, and Geordi's like, "All right, you got the room," and he leaves. It's like, why was he there in the first place? And then second in charge comes in the room, and he just stands there. Doesn't
Yep.
say like, "Okay, let's open the pod."
No,
The medical officer also standing there doesn't go over to the pod.
no.
They let Chief O'Brien open in case it explodes because you can get a new guy to push the lever up in the transport
Right.
room. It's like
Yeah.
that's so weird.
It was really weird. And the thing that was, I kept thinking was like, it was almost like they had forgot what they had wrote about like 2 minutes ago
That
because
this
it
is
was,
like nobody knows what this is. This could be really crazy.
they
You're
were
like, all
like,
right,
they're not prepared for it to be a Class 8 probe. They don't talk about them being sent like material to how to open the probe or anything of that nature or what's inside the probe. It's just a
yeah,
dignitary. It's just like, it was, they needed more exposition about what they were doing.
yeah. Open it up.
Like, why don't you just have Riker walk into the room and then he's like, "Oh, how do we get this thing open?" And then O'Brien's like, "Oh, I'm getting data from the probe to my console. Here, it's
Mhm.
giving me codes to unlock." Riker goes over and unlocks it, pops it open.
That's how good
Pulaski,
O'Brien is. He memorizes codes for any Starfleet equipment you could possibly ever need to open.
then Pulaski's scanning and she's like, "What the heck is this thing?" She's super confused by it. And then it's
Yeah,
like, oh, she's like, well, you're not like a normal Klingon. Your scans are different. She's like, well, that's because I'm half Klingon. And it was like, oh, wow, I didn't know that that was possible. And that's fine. That's fine because it's the first time we're seeing it on the show. But apparently, Dr. House's scans of Captain Knightley stay secret because they don't know what a half Klingon, half human is. So it's good.
no,
It's good.
House doesn't share that with anybody. He
It's good
doesn't.
that he keeps that locked down.
Those were for him. They went into the disposal after he saw him.
And then, yeah, like you said, after she talks about her thing, and Worf immediately hates her when she walks in. Just immediately. He's like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like you could tell, like there was something.
He does his like, oh,
So at first I thought maybe that was going to be like his daughter because she kept saying over and over about like, oh, well, my dad is a Klingon, but my mom wasn't.
yeah.
My dad, remember my dad? Yeah, he was a Klingon. He was a real jerk. And I was like, okay, so is that going to be, is that what that's going to be? Oh, no, no, no.
Then they say when we come back from commercial that the message was sent out 75 years,
Yeah,
which would be before Star Trek 6. So that all makes sense.
nice, nice.
They don't really explain why they're in a cryogenic ship. They don't really ever explain that.
I don't know. Right when he was like, hey, we're on like an actual mission from, the high command, and Worf's like, all right, cool. And then that was it. It was like, well, what was your mission? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It was weird. It was very strange. I'm always a big fan of it. I talk about it like every single time we have it in the Star Trek episode. I really enjoy when a captain wants to hear like options. I always enjoy when he like wants his people to help him come up with different ideas other than, well, they're Klingons and we kill them.
Yep. I
So
like that.
that was really good. And then how about that interaction? I really enjoyed it where he's like, well, I'm gonna put you in charge of this, Worf. Makes the most sense. And then Worf's like, after everybody leaves, he's like, yeah, so no, I'm not gonna do that. I can't work with her. And Picard's like, is there some sort of personal reason for it? And he's like, yes, there is.
Yes.
He's like, is there any professional reason? And then he looks, and then they do this like exchange of looks at each other.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And he's like, excellent, very good. That made me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, like, yeah, there would be if you can't work with this person, like, on that kind of a level, like, professionally, you're not going to get along.
Yeah. But we want drama on the show, so they have to.
No. There's no drama in this timeline.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Unless you're
No.
Klingons.
Well, yeah.
I did actually enjoy when they're walking down the hallway and they get to her quarters, the Troy and Kalar interaction.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that, they use the character who is also half alien, half human to interact with the other character who is also half alien, half human. It like this makes sense why you would talk to each other and you
Yep.
would like
Yep.
give character exposition and
The other thing I'm really happy about is that in that scene when they are talking and
mm,
Troy is in there, she didn't
oh,
immediately tell the captain, like, oh, they're upset. They're upset at each other.
I agree with you. I just really enjoyed it. It was like, man, this is what Troy should be used
She was
for. And
actually being like a counselor. Yeah.
yeah, because I like the fact that Kalar is like, ah, yes, but my father was the alien and my mother was the human.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you must have been torn in two different directions with the cultures. And then Troy's like, no, not really. And I was just like, nice, because it's like you're
Hmm.
having characters have the same type of issue, but it's different. And it's like I enjoy that they didn't just make Troy be like, oh yeah, it's terrible, and I also have a hard time with it. I I
Yeah.
I, I like that kind of stuff.
No, because the difference is like Troy's mother made her be Betazoid.
Yes.
And Kalar's thing was like her father obviously wanted her to be Klingon and her mother obviously wanted her to be like human.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. But
Yeah.
we've seen Deanna's mom and we know for a fact that she would not have anything to do
No.
with her embracing
No.
her human side.
Not
So
at all. Not at all.
so thanks, writers, for once for understanding a character.
Yep. Then we get awesome tactical room.
So there's all those computers all over the place, and he's like,
Yeah.
the captain asked us to look for these things, and she's like, yeah, but I'm not gonna. He's like, yeah, but the captain said we have to look for these.
Yeah.
I
I think
like
that's
that.
a
I like this scene. I like the interaction between the two of them being like, she's like, they're Klingons, like you're just gonna have to kill them because they're not gonna listen to reason.
yeah. Yes.
And he's like, yeah, but Picard is my captain, and he's tasked me. Pretty good.
Yeah, the only thing I thought was she is kind of a terrible dignitary. It's like, listen, the Federation's like, okay, we're gonna send this half Klingon dignitary to the Enterprise
Hmm.
because she's gonna help fix the problem. And
Yeah.
her only solution is kill them because they're Klingons. And it's like, you don't need to send a dignitary to have this insight that Picard and the Federation would already be having. She's just repeating what's like inside everybody's mind. She's
Yeah.
not actually adding to it, and this was the start of her character for me. And I was like, I know what you're saying, and I agree with it that
Hmm.
she is right, but at the same
Yeah.
time, she's not like she's not a Klingon just to be a Klingon, or she's not like another member of the Enterprise where she's complaining. She is like an ambassador. She is
Yeah.
somebody of high status in the Federation. It's like her viewpoints on things should be way more diplomatic than they are.
So you know what's funny about that, Will, is that now for 2 weeks in a row, we've
Yes.
had an ambassador come on board for no reason other than to get laid.
But this one does. So
Well, that's true. That's because the other one's old and disgusting. But
I
that's,
just
so that's the thing. Like, I view that as like, well, she obviously just took this because she wanted to be on the Enterprise with Worf.
yeah, yeah.
But
I
yeah, you're
just
right. Like, as an
she just
ambassador, you're supposed to, just be like, well, there's no hope.
yeah. And then yeah, and like she didn't even want to entertain other ideas of like don't kill the Klingons, like try something else. Because even when Worf is like, yeah, I get it, but we were tasked with finding other options. She's like, what's the point? It's like, but
Yeah,
you're in a
that's kind of wrong.
but this is like the reason why you're on the ship.
Yeah, this is like your job though.
But there was a
This
great
is
line in this sequence where she's like, Worf, will you look at me? And he's like, I am familiar with your appearance.
yeah, yeah. She's like, you won't even look at me. And he's like, I am familiar with your appearance.
You're not even looking at me.
I'm familiar with your appearance.
That got me
Oh,
good.
Wolf.
That got me good.
It's good.
Well, this is the halfway point, so go down to the comment section and write kill Klingons.
Kill them all.
And if YouTube doesn't like it, write unalive Klingons.
Unalive Klingons.
Yeah, so then we come back from commercial break and Kaylar is breaking tables.
She's breaking tables and breaking hearts.
Yep. And then Troy magically walks in. Are you breaking tables?
Hey, I thought I heard the sound of smashing tables.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a Buffalo Bills fan. Is this her second costume change? Yeah.
Not
Yes.
not yet until she
Yes.
gets to the holodeck, but
No,
yeah.
no. She comes on board wearing what she's wearing, and then when she goes into the tactical office, she's
Oh,
wearing that
yes.
red costume. So this is her second costume change.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know
So-
why you took the time to make yourself look good. We're trying to find out how not to kill these Klingons.
So Troy suggests for her to go do an exercise program on the holodeck, which is what the holodeck would only be used for is exercise programs. So
Only, yeah.
so she goes there and she
Computer,
goes
run Richard Simpson workout 1.
up, okay, Klingon.
All right, Klingons, let's get it. And a 1.
That's really funny.
Good old
So I
Richard.
took a picture of the holodeck programming
Yeah.
up there looking at it. And it's pretty
Also,
it's really
yeah.
funny. It's really funny.
What's it say? I only saw
So
the
top
Worf's
of the
workout.
yeah, so top of the line is scuba diving,
Oh,
Hanuma Bay on Earth. So somebody's scuba diving. Okay, great. The next thing is Klingon Rite of Ascension Chamber.
so they saved that.
So they saved that.
Nice. So they're like, hey, we're gonna have to probably do this again, maybe. So just
Right.
keep it stored.
Then his calisthenics app thing that she goes into.
Yeah.
Then I thought you'd like this. Then they had the Shikar Desert Survival on Vulcan.
Ooh,
That was
oh,
cool.
man, that's a workout.
Then they have Carnival Celebration in Rio de Janeiro on Earth.
Okay. That's
Okay.
interesting. That's interesting.
Then Racetrack Longchamps France Earth, which must be when Picard took the horse riding.
Oh, yeah.
So that's saved. And then the last two are Dixon Hill in the Long Dark Tunnel, and then the last one is Dixon Hill in the Black Orchid.
Right.
So what I speculated with this is that the Dixon Hill stuff, the racetrack, the calisthenics, and the Klingon Rite of Ascension are all saved programs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the thing I thought was weird is that they don't have the Moriarty thing there.
Nope. Deleted.
Just was interesting. It was an interesting decision for them for the production staff, I assume in the remastering, making this more clear. They might have went back and re-edited it and made it say different things. I don't know for certain, but I thought it was just interesting choices for what
Mm-hmm.
since they show it so up close and so clear, it's like it was an interesting decision.
Yeah, that is interesting.
But we get the return of the gauntlet.
Yeah, we do. And the episode makes me look like a fool.
I couldn't tip my hand when you sang first and
No.
last, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it was cool seeing that, so like I was watching this episode and that creature comes out and I was like, oh, good, at least they don't eat my words. And then the green guy comes around the corner. I was like, God. Yeah, it's pretty good.
yeah. Well, she puts the gauntlet on. They cut to the bridge. We briefly see
Yeah.
Diedrich Bader at the top where Worf relieves him.
Oh, yeah. You're
He said-
relieved.
Yeah. And then he's real spicy at the top. And then Picard is like, okay, Lieutenant, come over here. We're going to talk for a second.
I am calm.
I am relaxed.
Yeah.
I like how he just is like, hey, so I appreciate you being diligent about all of this. Like, I am grateful for it, but it's okay. Like, it'll be okay.
Hey,
He's
we
like,
already checked those systems. Like, oh, I'm gonna check them again.
And
Yeah.
he's just like, yeah, no, I get it, but it's okay. Like, but we are about to find Klingons, and we have to be ready to fight Klingons. And he's like, okay. Like you need to relax. He's like, I am relaxed, and it's like, okay, you're not. I just like how Patrick Stewart acts in this scene, where just like he gives him those eyes again, gives him that face
like,
and those eyes.
Wolf, I'm gonna tell you one more time. Go in the holodeck and go to the beach or something.
Yeah, go relax. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go kill some monsters in the holodeck.
Do whatever it is you do to relax. I was hoping Picard was gonna like walk over to Rick and be like, "Good Lord."
That would have been funny, actually. But then
Or Picard does that, that thing that we enjoyed a couple weeks ago where he's like, this is where we're at.
that would have been funny too, yeah. But yeah, we go back to the holodeck and Green Skull guy is there, the Bug
Yep.
Lizard Man is there, but now they've
Bug Man.
introduced Tribal Feather Bird Man. It's
Birdman.
yeah.
It's pretty good.
And it's pretty good because Worf slices Green Skull guy, which
That
was
was
pretty
cool.
That was
That
cool.
was cool.
And then I know the part you don't want to talk about.
Well, before that, I
Okay.
really enjoy. So I think I think he did this with Riker too, right? Riker's like, well, that wasn't so bad. Riker's all beat up, his uniform's all torn up,
Yeah.
and Worf's like, that was level 1.
Yeah. He picks up the swords and then he's like, level 2. And then they immediately are like,
Yeah, no, because doesn't she say like, oh, I thought your workout would be a little bit more intense, and he's like, computer level 2. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is really good, actually. I just like how the music immediately shifts and those things just immediately pop up in their feet.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Worf likes to see the bodies lay on the ground. And then get right
Yeah,
back
he
up.
does.
So Worf enjoys smelling Kalar's sweaty glove hand. He really likes
Heck
it.
yeah, who doesn't?
And then she's smelling his hand, and you're like, okay.
Mhm,
But you know what was weird?
He's squeezing her hand
Yeah.
till it bleeds.
But there was no love poetry or her hurling objects at him.
That's all just a myth. Well, I think they did that before.
Mm.
This is the second time now that they've been together. So they did the love poetry stuff the first time, and she said no, and she left. And now this time it's like, well, we can skip the hurling rocks.
Well, it seems like the first time she pushed for the relationship and he said no because he knew that they needed more maturity.
We weren't ready.
Right, exactly. So we come back from the commercial break and his baldric is missing. So obviously they suggest that his clothes came off.
Well, yeah. They're actually laying on the rock in front of him.
Right.
Yeah.
And, heavily suggested. And then as the scene goes on, you're like, okay, yes. They
Gotcha.
they pretty
But
much
we
yeah, they pretty much outwardly just say that they basically had sex with each other. She's like,
hmm
"Oh, yeah, I know, I was there."
Yeah, it
So,
was pretty good. Yeah.
so I don't know. I don't know. I don't like how the writers are writing to it. I don't enjoy it, and I don't get why they do it. So Worf's up on that rock, and he's like, "Ijo-Jaji," and then she's like, "Oh my God, that's not what you're doing. You're not doing that, are you?"
Yeah,
She's like,
he's doing it.
"Yeah, I know. I was there." She's like, "So what? It was nice, but so what?" And then he's like, he says something to her like, "That's your human side talking," or something like that. And I was like, why did the writers keep writing that to humans, sex means nothing? They keep writing to
Yeah,
the
they
fact that
do. Yeah, they do.
humans
Well,
just have sex and do whatever they want. And who cares about it?
yeah, majority of the time you're right, but also like the Betazoids are like that. The
Yeah,
She's always talking about how like, well, it's just Riker always wants more, but like that's you can't just have, meaningless intimacy.
right. But you kind of go back to last week's episode, and it's like, well, humans don't own each other like that anymore. Like the thought of
Yeah.
having a permanent relationship is so weird. Because that's also the thing that she rebukes Riker about. Troy is like, just because we have sex doesn't mean we're in a relationship. Like, you guys can't just like everything has to mean something, and sometimes
Mm.
sex is just sex, and it's just like I don't get why they keep writing to that. It's weird.
Because it's cool and foreign.
It's an alien thing.
It's an alien thing. Humans are too connected emotionally from things. Aliens just do it for fun. Isn't that weird?
It's just, it's just, I don't know. I don't get it. But then I also wrote down like, well, of course, Kalar has to spur Worf, otherwise he'd be a happy character. She has to
Well,
be
that's
like,
true.
no, I can't be in a relationship with you because otherwise you'd be happy. And we don't like happy Worf.
Chosen one.
And I think that they don't really expand upon Kalar's backstory with her dad, other than the fact that, like, well, he's a Klingon.
hmm
Her like disinterest or lack of interest in Klingon culture, I think is too poorly written. Like they don't give us a reason why she is so dismissive of it. It's like, well, because
hmm
she's half human. Like, okay. Like you haven't given me enough information to help me understand why her character is this way. You've just said things. Because it's like Deanna
Well,
is half half and she embraces the more betazoid side of her lineage. So it's like, I don't know.
that whole thing is interesting anyway because of the simple fact that Klingons in the, Federation don't really act like they used to. So even if her dad is like pushing her to embrace her Klingon side, it's not like he's, pushing her to
Like go to war
like,
and fight.
like
Right.
all of their crazy customs. It's just like, well, these are how our
Right.
ancestors did it. So it's
Right.
not, it's just weird.
And that's what I mean. Like they don't give enough fleshing out of her character. Like you sort of get that she subscribed to more of how her mother behaved, but and also is like annoyed with her father. I get that. It's very tropey. It's
hmm
very like, oh, this woman, this daughter doesn't get along with her father. Oh, I'm shocked. And I think they could have spent a lot more time on it, or at least had her say something to explain her position.
Yeah.
Because like Worf doing it, I get like not wanting to be married to him. Like, hey, man, this was just a thing that happened. We don't need to immediately get married under the rights of Klingon culture. Like, I get her resistance to that,
hmm
but her just general lack of like anything Klingon. Kill them because they're Klingon. I don't care about your rituals because it's all this stuff, and I just don't think it was her character was properly fleshed out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then they keep everybody glued to their seats. The Klingons are not only awake, but they're angry.
They're shooting. Who would have seen it coming?
And they cloak, and she's like, well, Captain, your time is come and gone.
Yeah.
But this is the perfect time for trivia.
Oh, not again. All right, now you're overacting.
So Susie Plaxon was cast as Kalar because the production staff were impressed with her performance as Dr. Solar in The Schizoid Man. We talked about that. Tracy Torme, who had written The Schizoid Man, had wanted to develop a romance between Solar and Worf. But the idea was overruled when the Emissary was being planned. Tracy says he complained that the premise was obvious. Had it been a Vulcan, it would have been a lot more interesting.
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, and I would have enjoyed that a lot more. Then Susie she recalls her time on the show. She says, there was a line, sorry, I had to make myself beautiful. And I thought this was riotous because I had this big old wrinkly forehead on. Anyways, it's not like I played it for huge laughs, but I've done a lot of parlor comedies, and that was the kind of attitude I gave it. The people who were listening to me didn't bat an eyelash. But after I got the role, someone came up to me and said, Susie, there's no winking in the 24th century.
Oh, okay.
So she, trying to play the character more goofy, and they're like, no, she's not goofy. She just says these things that are corny, but they're not corny. You're like, okay, but did you read the script?
Yeah, but it's really corny and stupid though.
They're like, no, it isn't. Read what it says.
Read what it says. We wrote it. So because all of 10 minutes to write, you're gonna read it how it's written.
It took us all of 10 minutes to rewrite what somebody else wrote when they brought it over from across the street.
Roddenberry's freaking lawyer wrote this, okay? You're going to take it seriously, and you're going to read what it says on the paper.
It says the tactical room appearing in this episode was a redress of the TOS Bridge movie set
No way.
First served as the Battle Bridge. For the TNG set. It also appears very similar to the appearance earlier in the season of Starbase 173 as a courtroom in The Measure of a Man.
That's cool.
Then Maurice Hurley, executive producer for the show, remarked, great idea and one that worked. Hard for that one not to work, but it worked well all the way through. With the Klingons, you're dealing with emotion and passion. You've got somebody who can see something. You need that balance in the show sometimes. The show gets so intellectually smug and self-serving, and you need something like that to break it off. Someone willing to storm the barricades. The idea of the half Klingon was fun.
Oh, yeah, it is. I like it.
It's like I get it, but at the same time, it feels like the guy hates all of the stuff that makes Star Trek stuff.
Well, yeah.
He's like, more of this science crap?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I hate this stuff.
Great. Another space thing.
Okay.
Boring.
And then lastly, a comment from the director of the episode, Cliff Bowl. He said, I liked the show and thought Michael Dorn did a real good job in it. I think I let Susie Plaxon get overboard a little bit. She was a little too broad, but she's a talented lady. I think the Klingon shows are fun to do because you can go a little broad with them. And I think he's kind of talking about the thing I was complaining about. Maybe not. I just feel like that's what he was commenting on, was the fact that she doesn't really have a specific reason for why she is. So she's just generic upset Klingon lady who's half human. And you're like, okay.
Yeah. But also, they wrote her that way.
Yes.
So.
But he's the director, so I get that he doesn't have much say on how she's written. But
no, but he can also direct her to not
be
that weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to blame somebody else, you know?
Yeah.
Her character was weird. What do you want me to do about it? Like, I don't know. Tell her not to do it.
Yeah. So not a lot of beefy trivia this week, but that's okay. We come back to the episode. I really enjoyed the fact that when Geordi comes to the bridge and he goes to the rear wall for the engineering, that the older schematics of Klingon ships would be readily available. So they would just be able to use like either shield frequencies or harmonics, something where they can just scan for that using
Mm-hmm.
gamma radiation or some beta radiation, something, and they could find the Klingon ship cloaked.
I did like that. Yeah.
That was a really nice touch. That like, well, this old ship is we know everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
I thought it was a little silly that Worf's option is not explained purely for dramatic reveal, but that's fine. Just was funny.
Yeah. It also is one of those things where it was like while they're all standing around talking, and I was, me as the viewer, I was like, just have Worf pretend to be the captain of the ship.
Is that really what you thought?
Yeah, I did. I
That's
was like,
cool.
I
That's
I
cool.
really hope that that's what they're doing and not just, some other weird thing. So this is the thing that I legitimately was like, I referenced at the beginning of the episode where it was like, hey, that would be nice if they did this thing, and then they did it, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm glad that they did that.
I'm in. I'm hooked, line, and sinker, baby.
It just made sense. It just made sense to me.
Yeah, it totally did make sense.
So I was
No, it's
happy
good.
that that's what they did.
And I totally agree. And I feel like his whole entire ruse with the other Klingon ship is pretty decent. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Well, and isn't it great to see him in like
Yes.
traditional Klingon
Yes.
clothes for the first
Yes.
time? Yeah, it's great.
Perhaps your brain is too cloudy from a long slumber. And I was
I'm
like,
your long
ooh.
slumber.
Yeah, very, very good.
I've tried to explain the situation to you.
But you are too stupid to understand.
You're too dumb. Now I will destroy you. For the Federation. How does that make you feel? Pretty good. Pretty good, I bet.
Sick. Yeah, I just like the fact that he basically is like, so have you not thought at all, you idiot, that like
Yeah.
time has gone by and perhaps the war is over?
You thought we'd still be at war, you fool.
Yeah.
So I don't know ships like super well by looking at them, but like, have Klingons always basically had the same bird of prey?
I mean that ship that we see in this episode is the same type of ship you see in TOS.
That's
So
what I thought.
I believe that type of ship is called a D7 cruiser
That's what
and
I was
not a
hoping.
bird of prey. The bird of prey are the ones that have the wings like come down on it and they have like the
Right, okay.
long neck. That's a bird of prey.
Because I was assuming that it was a TOS era
Yes, and it was.
ship. Yeah.
I think I read in the trivia that the shot of it shooting its disruptor bolts was like a
Mm,
reuse of like the motion picture or something. It was like reused footage
that's
from,
cool.
I think when the Klingons are shooting at V'ger in the opening parts of the movie. I think it's like
Mm,
the same shots.
I like that.
So yeah. So they don't I think now in like next generation, like the ships are now wildly different now. They don't look the same.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they're cool. I like Klingon ships and how they look. They're very well designed. I enjoyed Worf's line, "Comfortable chair."
Yeah. So, yeah, how did you like being in command? It's like comfortable chair.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
did
supposed to
think
like comfort. I'll be doing my pain stick ceremony again.
I was just thinking like, oh, he's gonna have he's not supposed to like that things feel good.
Nope.
So
Mm-mm. Back to the ch pain stick chamber.
I also really, really enjoyed, and you probably did too, when they go down to the transporter room to bring her over, and she goes over like slightly towards the transporter pad, and then O'Brien is there, and Worf's like, "You are relieved, Lieutenant," and then he's like, "Oh, oh yes, oh yes," and then he walks out of the room. That was really him being slightly confused for a second was very
Like,
enjoyable.
Yep, the transporters also. He's like, great, you can leave. Yeah, but I'm the one that. No, okay, I see what's going.
I
I'll
got
just be over here in this corner sleeping, sir.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
good stuff. Good stuff.
okay. You tell me if I'm wrong or right.
I'll be empty.
So, and I'm sure everybody will comment on this as well, and I hope you have an opinion about it.
I definitely don't.
I'm gonna go off on a little bit of a thing here, and I'll try not to get too down the path.
Okay.
I find that Kalar, from when she sees Worf to this scene
Mm-hmm.
where she's getting on the transporter pad, she is the type of lady that men in general don't enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The whole come onto the ship, see Worf, she's like, don't you want to be with me? Don't you think about me? Don't you want to look at me? Don't you think I'm
Yo.
cute? And he's like, no, I don't care about anything about you. And then they have sex, and then he's like, so this should probably be a serious relationship. And she's like, no, it can't. It was meaning, it meant nothing. How dare you?
Yep.
And then runs away. And then he's just like, well, whatever, screw you, because you don't care about me. And then she's like, so you're just gonna let me leave
So
without
you're
even
gonna just let me walk away from
It's
this?
like, okay,
Stupid.
this is the type of personality that make men chafe.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It's like they want you to like chase them,
Yes,
but they give you like every sign and indication that they don't want you to chase them.
correct. But if you love
But
and
then if you continue
yeah,
to chase them, then you're a stalker. So it's like,
right,
and it's
right.
like, and then nobody understands. Like, I don't understand why men are so confused by things.
Yeah. It's like, well, if she doesn't want it, she said she doesn't want it, it means that she doesn't want to be in a relationship. But
Yeah.
oh, but she does want to be in a relationship.
So as a man, like, okay, so I'm done then
Right. Right.
because that's how, boundaries work, right?
Yeah.
So,
And it's just like it is the endless thing that I just feel like is that this is like what divides the sexes because the women
mm,
are always like, yeah, but if he loved her, he would keep pursuing her. And like he would show
no,
that he
that's
loves her. And then from the men's angle, it's like,
that's
no,
called criminal stalking, is what that
right,
is.
exactly.
It's undue advances. It's sexual harassment, right? Like this is what
Right.
we're taught as a
Yeah.
society.
Yeah,
So
exactly. But
what
nope.
the hell are you talking about?
But
Yeah, it's fun. It's
and
really
it's
fun.
like I get what they're trying to do. I get what they're trying to set up. They're trying to not leave it in a place where these two don't get along and Worf can still be somewhat happy, right?
But this is how they write like romance. This
Yes.
is how like Lifetime writes romance. This is,
Yes. Oh yeah.
garbage. It's
It's the same
all
thing with Riker and Troy. Like it's like, well, they can't be together, but they love each other. But they also kiss and smooch other men and women, but they love each other and they got to be together.
right.
But
They're in Zari, but also not really.
and then to just twist the dagger underneath the rib just a little bit
Uh-huh.
further, she gets up onto the transporter pad because they have their basically backwards talk about the whole thing.
Hmm.
She goes up there and Worf is like, he says something to her, but when she gets up under the pad.
He says I won't be complete. Is that what you're talking
Yes.
about?
Yes.
I won't be complete without you.
And then she just looks at him and says nothing
Good.
and just beams away.
Yeah.
She gives him the like Han Solo I know face and just
Hmm.
disappears. And I was just like, she's literally the worst. She's literally the worst. She she
Do.
she turns right, she turns back around and chastises him for not pursuing her and like not trying to fix the relationship that she so badly doesn't want to have. And so
Hmm.
then when he once again reveals his feelings to her that he loves her
Yeah.
madly and he can't be
Good.
without her, she's like, excellent, and then leaves. It's like,
Yeah, because she even says that line of like, well, it wasn't it wasn't meaningless for me.
Right.
I just don't want to marry you. And he's like, well, I'll be empty forever without you. And she's like, ha, got him. Peace. Yeah, and
That's
so
terrible.
you know obviously what happens, but like, is this a thing that ever gets resolved, or is this a thing that like continues to just suck?
All I can say is that Susie Plaxton will appear on the show again.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know. I've come to the realization that this is just how Star Trek writes romance.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, it was painful. And like I said, I like her character. I like the episode. When we were getting to this episode and I saw it in the list, I was like, oh, nice, the Emissary. Like Kalar's in this episode. Like this will be good. And then when we did Manhunt, I was like, no, Caleb will like this episode. It was good. And then I got to it and I was like, oh yeah, I remember she's rough with Worf. That's right, that's right. And then it's like, oh yeah, that's right. They have sex in this episode. Like, okay, yeah, great, great, great. And then it's like, and then as it kept going on, I was like, oh wait, no, 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 wait,
Oh
wait, wait,
yeah.
wait, like, wait, she's terrible. Like, what's happening? Wait, 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 wait. And then it's just like, then it ends in the transporter room, and I was like, this is like abysmal. This is like abysmal writing for her character
Mhm.
and for Worf.
I think for the timeline, she was annoying, but
Yeah.
I think for the timeline for me, it's fine. Like
You
I'm
mean
not
like
like,
late 80s writing?
yeah,
I gotcha.
yeah, and it is what it is,
Yeah,
and
I can't disagree with that. Yeah, yeah,
I'm not too,
brokenhearted about it, right? Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I hear you. No, yeah,
But I totally get what you're saying. I think for the time period, it does a good job of setting up like history, chemistry. Maybe there's something there further down the road. It's setting up a plot, and I think
yeah,
that's the best that we get in this timeline as for like relationships in this show.
yeah. It's probably trying to think. Maybe other than Data having Tasha's hologram, it's probably the strongest relationship that they've shown of the main
Hmm.
cast. Because like the Riker and Deanna stuff is just not anything special. So,
No, no, it's not even in my brain. It doesn't even exist.
well, that was the review of the episode. But before we conclude and talk about next week's episode, let's do the thing that everyone's been waiting for.
Caleb? Caleb, Caleb, Caleb.
So, Caleb, who gets the Erica Ortegas Award for being the most unlikable?
Well, it's still Erica Ortegas. The Erica Ortegas award for the most unlikable. I think the most unlikable character is the Klingon captain.
Okay, very
Yeah,
nice.
let's
Yeah,
do that.
that's a good choice.
That's
I,
a safe answer.
I think if I was in your shoes, I would have made it the admiral that didn't tell them anything.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the Klingon captain is just as good because he's not supposed to be likable. So yeah, it all works out.
How stupid is that though, too? Of like,
It's very stupid, especially when Kalar like doesn't lend any type of like. They acted like she was James Bond. Like
mhm.
it was like, okay,
Like there's somebody on a secret mission.
she's on a secret mission at Warp 9. You only have a matter of hours to deal with this problem. We're sending you our best top agent. This person will take care of it. And
Yep.
then she
And
gets aboard and she's like, yeah, just kill him.
blow them all up.
It's
They're
like,
Klingons.
couldn't you just have just messaged Picard or when he got on there as the admiral? She's like, listen, Picard, we got this problem with the Klingons. Kill them. End transmission. Like, okay. And then have this whole like debate about should we kill people that don't understand things? Like, you have this philosophical debate now. Nope. No, we don't have that at all. Just kill Klingons because I'm the best dignitary Klingon we have.
Yep. I know how Klingons act, so I say kill them all.
I know all
Also, I'm a little
Klingons.
jaded because my dad raised me to be a Klingon, and I kind of hate him.
Also,
But that
the only
doesn't
man,
affect my judgment whatsoever.
also maybe the only man I've ever loved is a Klingon, and I hate him too. Well, next is the Elizabeth Cutler Award for the most forgettable character of the episode.
I'm gonna say that this one is the Starfleet Admiral lady.
Okay, that's funny.
She's
That's
real
funny.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like who was she? Well, definitely first and last of Admiral
Person last, baby. First
Romek
last.
or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, you didn't want to pick Kalar for the most
Mm-mm.
unlikable, so that's where we reserve maybe a special spot for the Mugatu Award for the best alien of the
Ooh.
episode.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
let's go with the Kalar.
all right,
That's
I wasn't
fine.
sure because Green Skull Man might make a return. I wasn't sure, but
No, his time is come and gone. I enjoyed the like half human
yeah,
Klingon storyline. I think that's cool.
yeah, it is a nice touch. Now, as future plane Caleb understands, now House can pressure Knightley to explain
Mm,
why she doesn't look like Kalar.
yeah. And also, does she have her father's anger? That's what I need to know.
She might. She just might. Stay tuned to the channel.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Next is the Trip Tucker Award for the MVP of the episode.
That's gonna go to Worf.
Definitely Worf. Yeah,
Yeah.
without doubt. Put Worf in a Class 8 probe and shoot him out at Warp 9
Yeah.
to meet up with another ship. It's so funny. Worf is always like blow them up, kill them, destroy them. But then he ends up being like a way better ambassador than like
Mm-hmm.
anybody there on the ship. Like even Picard
Yeah.
doesn't come up with the idea to like maybe we should just put Worf on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Even Starfleet doesn't think that.
Mm-mm.
Like, hey
No.
man, you have
No.
like the only Starfleet Klingon officer on there. No.
No.
Send
Uh-uh.
this half lady out.
Yeah. And not to mention, like, how many other Klingons are there, like, in the Federation?
And I also thought too, like how crazy it was that they're gonna beam her aboard the ship and then they're gonna wait for 2 or 3 days for the other ship to show up. And it's like she hates Klingon stuff. Like, how is this lady going to survive on the ship? They're going to kill her.
Yeah, that's true. I thought about that as well.
But it's okay, like you said. Da, da, da.
Da, 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 da. Till we meet again.
The second the credit music plays, everybody's minds are washed.
Yep, it's over, dude.
It's over. Everything worked out.
On to the next one.
On to the next one, which is the Spock Award for the best line of the episode.
That's when Worf says, "Comfortable chair." Mm.
That's pretty good. Michael Dorn just always has these great one-liners that they give him in the script, and he nails them like every single time.
Yeah, I think he really enjoys them.
It's just the way he looks with like his eyes and the way he tilts his head, and then how he kind of just like he gives like this very like proper stoic response, like comfortable
Mm-hmm.
chair.
Comfortable chair. Yeah, he's really good. He's really good.
He's very, very good. Yeah. Well, next is the Shran Award for the best action sequence.
I liked seeing the Klingon ship cloak again.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. I
Yeah.
totally thought you were going to give it to Green Skull Man getting split, but
No, that is cool. But it's been a while since we've seen a Klingon battle cruiser.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree.
I like the cloaking stuff.
Yeah, very
And
reminiscent of
I
like
liked that they also knew that that was a thing that they did, and that wasn't they didn't have to be all.
yeah, they were like TOS. We're like, where did he go?
It was right here, Captain.
They
Now
point at
he's
the map
gone.
like the ship was right here, and now it's not there anymore. It's turned
Yes.
invisible.
What the heck is going on? Do you see it, Enterprise?
Do you see it?
I can't see it, Enterprise.
Next award is the NX Award for some sweet ship stuff.
I like the ship costume department. I like that it has a full,
That quartermaster is just
yeah,
right.
yeah, he's great.
Well, I feel
They
like
have a
now
full,
it's just a replicator, but yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's right. It would just be replicator,
She's
wouldn't it?
like computer Klingon bodysuit. Stretchy bodysuit. I don't know, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
I like that Worf programs also when the doors open that the gauntlet's right there, so he's ready.
Yeah, it's got to be. You don't need to waste time finding it.
And to your point too, the Klingon uniforms were fantastic. Like to see
They're
Worf
great.
in the
Yeah.
Klingon thing was great. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So
I love.
that's what I was given the award to, as
Oh, nice. Okay.
quartermaster of the able to, make
Yeah.
you, whether or not you want to look like you're from Sherlock Holmes timeline or you want to look like you're a Klingon captain.
Yeah. I was gonna say that
Gotcha covered.
Worf's I don't know what they call those things, but like the long drapery thing on his shoulders was very reminiscent of Spock's in the wedding episode
Mm.
here we just talked about.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the long Klingon. I don't know what they call those things, but yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, it is cool.
It also makes him look more like a captain, like that it's
Hmm.
very ornate for a Klingon.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
Well, next
I
is the
like it.
Porthos Award for the cheesiest thing of the episode.
It's either the hand smelling
Okay.
or it's like the actual like crushing her hands until it
Oh,
bleeds.
I see. Okay.
Uh,
So which one do you think it is?
the blood thing it seems better to me. Like um
It does seem more
just
Klingon, right? Yeah.
yeah. So I think the smelling
Of
is
the
weird.
pheromones, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, making them like that animalistic like that, I think is a little on the nose, really.
Especially when they have kind of set up that like that's not what they do, right?
Yeah.
Like I know that the reading poetry and getting things thrown at them is stupid, but like that is what you set up as
Yeah.
that's
No,
what they do to have sex.
you made that. You made
Right.
that
You
canon.
did
I
this.
didn't. I didn't make it.
Yeah, so well, next is the Enterprise Award for the best scene of the episode.
It's definitely the end where Worf is acting captain. I think that's a pretty good scene. It's kind of what the whole episode comes down to. That's like their whole mission is to somehow thwart this Klingon captain and, you know,
Oh, I didn't realize I was dealing with a moron. Yeah,
I don't care what your mission is.
yeah.
You will be assimilated into the Federation immediately. It's
Yeah, no, it's good.
good.
It's very
It's
good.
good.
It's
I
very,
like
very
it.
good. You know what could contend it? And I think you can agree with it. I think the only
Hmm.
scene that would actually contend is the poker scene. That's probably the
Poker
only
scene's
one.
pretty good. Yeah. But for me, I don't know. It usually is always based on like, well, what's the point of the episode?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
And
It,
it's, so
it,
having
it,
it be like that scene,
it is really
yeah.
funny that how they start an episode with a poker game, that the stuff that they say at the poker game ends up being a part of how they resolve the episode. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true. I think that's cool.
It's a neat little touch, and I like it. Well, that was the award ceremony for the episode. That's what Caleb thought for those trophies. But now you can have your own personal award ceremony down in the comment section where you can tell Caleb and I who got the popcorn award for the best actor of the episode. We'll be interested to see what you folks decide. But listen, while you're down there and you're typing in the popcorn award suggestion, take a couple extra minutes and let us know what you thought of the episode overall. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you want more of it? Or were you expecting a different type of emissary? Let us know down below.
Next time on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Next week's episode is episode 21 of Star Trek: The Next Generation, still in season 2. And that episode is entitled Peak Performance.
Mm.
Now, for our viewers at home, this will act as our season finale. We know that there is one more episode after Peak Performance labeled Shades of Grey. We know
Yep.
that.
I know it.
But we're going to leave Peak Performance as our season finale. Yeah, so we have that to look forward to. Can't believe we're practically done with season 2 and soon to move on to season 3, which I think everybody in general is very, very excited for because
It
now we're
feels
gonna.
like
We're
it's
gonna.
been a lifetime.
But as always, if you enjoyed this review, like the video. If you dislike this review, dislike the video. Share it with all your friends and family and Trek enthusiasts. Subscribe so you don't miss a review and ring that bell so you can
Transfer
watch a
of
review
data is
as
complete.
soon as it comes out. And then, when this video is over and you don't feel like watching any more of our reviews, you can always head on over to Caleb's channel. Caleb has a fun prop channel where he builds things from pop culture that you can go and make yourself and have in your home or give to somebody or have for a convention. We also have other podcasts over there for other things that are not always Trek related. Yes, the TOS 6 movies are over there. So if you enjoy any of the Kirk movies, make sure you head over there to watch us talk about them. But we do have other things over there like the Jurassic Park franchise, Indiana Jones franchise, things of that nature. And if you enjoy this thing that Caleb and I have going, where I've seen Star Trek and he hasn't, well, there's an interesting series over there called The Nerd Holes Watch Dragon Ball, where Caleb has seen Dragon Ball and I haven't. So, a flip of the script if you enjoy that.
Yep. It's pretty sweet.
And it also stays in the 80s, so you can follow that as well. Recently, an episode came out where we learned about the main character's father. So make sure you check it out if you want to learn more about that. So we appreciate everybody doing the fun, excellent things down below and making our account great and throws our videos out to the algorithm so we can continue to grow our community. We once again thank Ed, Mark Starr, and Captain Alimar for their Patreon support. We highly, highly thank them and can't believe that we have supporters like them. And so, this is the end of the video, so Caleb, send us out.
Computer. Level 2.
See you guys! Oh!